From the Intellifluence headquarters in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, this is the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight. In each episode, we sit down with an influencer from our network and we discuss their background as well as their unique approach to influencer marketing. Nicolas Norena is the owner and creator of the Succulent Bite, a Miami-based food blog. Additionally, Nico is an Intellifluence food and drink influencer who loves photography and video production, choosing to emphasize his skills to apply them to food, desserts, drinks, and general consumable goods. Nico has a background in marketing and sales and loves working with restaurants, media agencies, and companies that offer food and beverage related material. You can learn more at succulentbite.com, or you can follow Nico on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, to name a few. So I made the mistake of doing the interview prep before lunch, and the food pictures on your site are amazing. I got really hungry. So can you tell us a little bit about how you developed your photography skills and provide some advice for influencers who are looking to elevate their photography?
Yes. So let's see. My photography skills. I actually started photography. I got my first camera when I was about maybe 4 years old. And I got my first digital camera when I was 7. And I remember because it was a very special occasion. I got my first camera and I started taking pictures. So I've been kind of exposed to photography for all these years. However, during high school, I did take 4 years of classes. So that helped a lot with composition, learning the techniques behind manual photography. However, if there's anybody that's, kicking it off and getting started, I think the basic essential thing that I would definitely say is, yes, a good course here and there could work. Will work 100%. However, if I can give you a personal tip, definitely it's all about the lighting and the angles. So make sure to have natural indirect lighting. It's super important. I cannot emphasize that enough. So that you can have whatever you're photographing, if it's portrait of a person or if it's food photography or whatever it is, that you have the soft lighting reflecting on it without having direct sunlight to have harsh shadows or anything like that.
Got it.
I'll need to show my family this. Every time we take photos, I'm like, it's all about angles, and they don't know what I mean.
100%. The angle is key. You can. That's the beauty of photography, though, that you can play around with it so much that you can make it look bigger, shorter, fatter, skinnier. However you decide to compose it, it's what is gonna end up portraying. But then the lighting.
Yeah, I find that women have the poses down. They have the most strategic poses down for pictures. Us guys, our guts are hanging out, dumb look on our face.
You have no idea. When I do lifestyle photography for Succulent Bite, my girlfriend's actually the one that takes the pictures for me. And I do photographers as well that photograph me. And it's so hard. Oh my God. When you have to pose in front of a camera, you're all of a sudden, you're this is holding an ice cream cone. What am I doing with my life? I totally feel you.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the Succulent Bite. When did you start that, and what were some of the first steps you took to grow your readership?
Let's see. First started about 4 years ago, actually. May 13th, 4 years ago, I began Succulent Bite. The motivation behind it was really to showcase kind of what I was eating. So here's the thing. I grew up traveling. I've lived in multiple different cities, and I've had the luck of in my relatively short amount of time alive, I've managed to visit all continents across the globe. So that's been wonderful. So because of that, I've been exposed to multiple different cultures, culinary backgrounds. And one day I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to put it all together and I'm going to start photographing my food and using the skills that I already have acquired. And let's open up an Instagram page. I've seen other people doing it. Could be fun. And little did I know, it kind of started kicking off, and it started growing. I made it incorporated as a company, and then it's become what it is today.
That's awesome. And the site recently won a Zest Award from Johnson & Wales University. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So basically, that was a reader's choice. So basically, it was by popular vote of followers and whoever could and wanted to vote. There was a list of different influencers for food influencers, and it truly was an honor to win that, because that means that by popular vote of the community, they chose me as their favorite influencer for food. So that for me was an honor. Because it wasn't It wasn't, by critics or by any, no, it was straight, from the audience, and you have no idea. I appreciated that so much. It meant everything to me.
All right. And you mentioned how you started the Succulent Bite a few years ago. So what have been some of your favorite partnerships to date with food brands and restaurants?
I think part of it, what's most exciting about it is precisely what you're saying, right? Is being able to work with global brands to promote their products, their food, in Succulent Bite platforms. So that's kind of like the business portion of it. So it's very exciting to see, that come to life. But we've had all sorts of fun experiences. They've flown us to restaurant chain headquarters in other cities to film behind the scenes within their global headquarters kitchens. Or let's see, they've sent products to our home, but like in massive boxes of just endless product for us to create content with. So that's just a lot of fun. A super cool experience because it's definitely not the usual, it's definitely not what the day-to-day would be. So when these the day-to-day for if you're not in the industry doing that precisely, right? But that's definitely some of the cool things. Yes, definitely cool trips, crazy shipments to your home full of different ice creams and creations and fun stuff for you to play around with and just really create that vital content for the brand.
Nice. And I'm wondering, are there any days where you ever just get a little bit tired of the rich, delicious food you're always trying? In other words, do you ever go home after work and you crave like a kale smoothie or something?
Oh, you're kidding me? Every single day, man. No, and that's something I'm actually very, very clear about. So because you see my page, you'll see that there's a lot of desserts. There's a lot of not necessarily healthy food. So a lot of the people ask me, like a lot of my followers ask me, hey man, so how do you do to stay skinny? I mean, this is like super unhealthy and 100%. So what I tell them, I'm very transparent with it. It's all about balance and, and indulging to a certain point. So something I'm very open about is I try everything 100%, but I also share everything. I share everything with my friends, with whoever's around me. If I'm at a shoot and I have a table full of food, I'm not gonna stuff myself with a table full of food. Obviously, I try everything because I have to be able to try. I have to try what I'm posting just to make sure that it's actually good. But I do share a lot of it with the people around me, with my friends, with my family, and I exercise a lot. And to your question, yes, I love kale salad, smoothies, everything. And I eat a lot of ceviche during the week, a lot of salads during the week. Yeah.
Nice. And then, so we see the polished finished product with as your audience as well. But we know full well that a lot of work goes into being an influencer of any kind. And so can you describe some of the challenges you've encountered while growing your personal brand?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I think one of the challenges is, especially at the beginning, is growing that audience, right? It's building that community of, in my case, hungry, succulent biters that are just ready to go in it and just support all the way. So, it takes time. So I think one of the most frustrating things at the beginning is having the patience, to grow it, to kick it off, to be consistent. Because when you don't, come on, we're like in today's day and age, we like to see results immediately, right? So I've seen many people open up pages and start, doing their business. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, this is not giving me results. I'm like, dude, you've been at it for a month. It took 4 years to grow to what it is today. Be patient. So that's definitely one of the things that was frustrating at the beginning, was getting it started, learning what people wanted to see, learning the best ways to edit it so that it was the most pleasing, for the audience to enjoy. Because I like to cater to them. They're all there to see the things that I create for them. So I want to make sure that it's the most impeccable and delicious content possible.
Absolutely.
And then what are some of your goals as it pertains to influencer marketing over the next couple of years?
So I definitely want to keep growing the audience. So, the bigger our community is, the more we can do together. That's really what it's all about for me. I definitely want to keep partnering with global brands and promoting different products and services and whatever campaigns we work on. That's, for me, it's one of the things that I'm most passionate about, is when I start a campaign with a brand and they send a creative brief, and now we just got to put this all together and make this beautiful marketing campaign that we're gonna portray through Succulent Bite. That for me is like awesome. So definitely more of that. And more surprises here and there. You'll see. It's coming. Lots of cool stuff coming your way.
Want to join Intellifluence as an influencer for free? It's easy. Visit Intellifluence.com, click on the influencers link, and then click on the Join for Free button to sign up. Once you have registered, you will get immediate access to our influencer marketplace where you can browse relevant offers from brands and apply on the spot. You'll also be eligible to receive attractive product and service pitches from brands. There's absolutely no cost to join as an influencer, so we hope you take advantage of our service. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and well, you know the drill. Until our next episode, keep being awesome.